Hey everybody, this is Rebel Builder and I have another TIE Fighter MOC. This time it's the Emperor's Royal Guard TIE Interceptor. Now the lore about this vehicle is that this would have been the Emperor's personal escort. He was supposed to be a really big fan of the TIE Interceptors over normal TIE Fighters, so he wanted his personal TIE Fighter escort to be TIE Interceptors and to go in junction with his Red Royal Guards. This ship is painted red, and it's also modified from the normal TIE Interceptor with these extra wings here on these sides here. Now the design of this MOC is based on my normal gray TIE Interceptor. So it was a really cool exercise where I just looked at some of the source material I could find online, which wasn't much. I maybe found about 3 pictures. And so I got to build in red, which I don't normally do. Red's not one of my favorite colors. But, you know, for this ship, I'm making an exception. I love the way this thing looks. There's also splashes of gray here and here, just some details to break it up. And I also saw those on the images that I saw online. So it's really just a matter of taking my TIE Interceptor MOC design, building a parts list in red, but then I also had to design these wingtips here. And the 2 or 3 pictures I saw online, you know, some of these are small, some of them are really kind of big. So I did some experimentation and came up with this design. I thought how if these edges are red, you know, and it kind of ended here with this red section here, I thought that looks pretty cool and kind of gave it the right balance that it needed. My design for these extra wings is pretty simple. Just a couple of the red wedge plates held together by a black wedge plate and a regular plate. And then holding it all in is this bracket in black. And, you know, I didn't get too carried away, too fancy, and I think it fits perfectly. So I've mentioned I don't normally build in red, so that was the challenge. Getting all the Bricklink orders in, had to order from quite a few different stores on this one. Some of the challenges were these wing pieces here, the wedge plates. I used 6x3 wedge plates under here on my normal TIE Interceptor. They don't make the 6x3s in red. So I used 3x2s going all the way down here. So that was something that I did on my design, that I had that in mind, ordered the parts, and was lucky that there was enough studs to hold everything together, you know, from these black plates, and they were able to grip it and I could achieve the same look. I got to use a couple of the really unique parts from the First Order TIE Fighter. Mainly the cockpit piece here. That piece is perfect for this build. And then I used the black lid on top. I wasn't sure that one was going to work. I considered using the back to the First Order TIE Fighter. Didn't quite work either, but once I got it all together with the black solar panels, you know, I think it looks perfect. And of course, no spring-loaded shooters for me, but I do have the blasters in front. It is nice to work with red since it's such a common color, but I did run into a couple of limitations, and mainly the slopes here I used. And I think I could have found red regular round slopes here, but I also wanted to keep the ones underneath, the new inverted slopes. But I was lucky that the images I saw online, they did have gray details going through here. So that really worked in my favor, and it does help break up the red. You know, you can have too much red on this thing, and just having the little splashes of gray really helps break up the color. I think the normal TIE Interceptor is pretty fierce looking on its own, but you add these extra little wings here and the thing looks even more sharp, even more deadly, I think. In this section here on the side, you know, that was a section where I could have done more gray, kind of went back and forth and settled on doing the grilled tiles here in red and just the little gray tile here. And of course you got to have that round 2x2 plate with the little TIE Fighter print on it. That's going to be the common one through all of these TIE Fighter MOCs. I'm going to keep carrying that one forward. I could have gone either way on the color of the wingtip blasters, but I settled on the gray. Pretty happy with that choice. And just another little splash of detail, the dark bluish gray round slopes here on the side of the cockpit. That's a little detail I did on my other TIE Interceptor, and I wanted to carry that forward to make it match. I've opened up the cockpit here and I've removed this cross bracing here, but I just wanted to point out that I added a couple of the printed tiles there, the little Imperial computer readouts. I did both of those on each side, just trying to give a little more detail on the cockpit. Here's my Royal Guard TIE Interceptor pilot. Now, of course, he's just a normal TIE fighter pilot, but I wanted to do something a little different. I considered getting him a red pauldron, thought that would be kind of too restrictive for a pilot, and just settled in on doing his left arm in red. I think that adds just enough splash to make him look like a hotshot compared to the other TIE Interceptor pilots. And here's a vertical shot of the ship, and you can see how those wingtips really do change the outline, the appearance of it from above and below. I'm really happy with the results of this mock, and I gotta say thank you to those of you out there that suggested this build before those comments that I should look this up and give this a shot. I wasn't aware that there was a Royal Guard TIE Interceptor in the Star Wars lore, so thank you, thanks for the challenge. And anytime you guys give me challenges, say I should build this and build that, I'm always listening. I may not get to them all. I know it kind of takes me a while to get these things built, but I do listen. I do always appreciate the suggestions. So thanks for watching, everybody. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys think of this. And thumbs up this video, that really helps. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm always working hard on new videos and you don't want to miss out. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back soon.